Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another discussion slash rant video, whatever you want to call it. You guys enjoy when I make these, so I'm gonna keep making them. I'm a little bit sick, so I'm gonna sound a little bit congested. I might cough a little bit. It's whatever. I'm fine. I'm doing okay. I'm getting better, so it is what it is, right? But look, today we're gonna talk about a couple things. We're gonna talk about reviews, early copies, and some missing stuff that was told was going to be in the game. Now, I'm going to try to stay on both sides. I'm trying to give my own impressions of it and just my standing on certain things and, also stuff that I said in the past before and people had a very big issue with me saying it. But I think my point still stands on a lot of these things that I have stated previously. So let's get right into it. Let's start with reviews. Regardless of who it is, whether it's big review platforms, big review websites, or even, big reviewers on, let's say, YouTube or, other platforms, right? Here's my personal opinion. I think reviews are reviews from people who get the product early are useless, are completely, utterly useless. And they're always the same. They always just follow literally what everyone else says. If it's a very hyped up game, they're going to say it's good. If it's not a hyped up game, if it's a game that has received a lot of public, bad public PR before it comes out, they're going to say it's bad. They don't provide any good information. None. Let's look at this right over here. I'm going to link all this down below, by the way. So this is before the game came out, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is before the game came out, right? And what's it called? Here are all the reviews. You have some brave souls that went below a 9, which is, a little clap. Not really, because they're still lying, but, good for them. But for the most part, as you can see, everybody, and I mean almost everybody, went above 9 out of 10 for this game. They played this game, and they chose to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm sorry, here's what I'm going to say. Before I say anything else, I like the game, but it is nowhere near a 9 out of 10. It's nowhere near a 7 out of 10. If that upsets you, whatever. It is what it is. Look, I like the game, but it's not there. The amount of bugs, I don't care if it's game breaking or not. The amount of times I had to reset. Okay, let me just put this back even more. I played through a majority of the main story. I played a lot of side quests, almost all of them at this point. Make a lot of this content on my channel, so I do play a lot of it, right? And the amount of saves I have to make, the amount of reloads I have to make, the amount of just, redos I have to make because I didn't play the story or I didn't play the quest exactly how it's supposed to be played is too much. And what I mean by this is like, if you try to play the quest any differently than you're exactly supposed to, there's going to be some type of bug that occurs. Even if you play the game to a T, still bugs are going to occur. And it's just, at this point, yeah, they're not game breaking. Sometimes they are, don't get it wrong. But it's just like, when every quest has 100 small minor bugs, it gets to you too. And it's just like, I cannot believe that all these people that said 9 out of 10 did not experience these. And I don't understand why the current atmosphere doesn't view bugs and performance as a big deal. It's the core of games. If you have, I don't get why, if something looks shiny, if they have a lot of shiny stuff, if they have a lot of collectibles, if they have a lot of stuff to that, and all of a sudden, oh my god, it's the best game ever. What about the performance? What about the how the game runs? What about all the bugs that just keep coming out? Why is that not seen as a problem? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these people who gave it high ratings, they always say, "Oh, but there are a couple of bugs." Like, why is that seen as such a non-issue? Why are we in this world where it's just like, just put a lot of shiny stuff into it, a lot of sprinkles on top, and then you know what? They're gonna give us a good review. Like, that is just so. It's disappointing in my opinion. It's very disappointing, and look at this huge just row of oh my goodness, all 10 out of 10. Can you believe it? It is the next generation. Can you believe it? It's just a bunch of, can't say it because I'm gonna get demonetized, but you know what it is. You know, it's a bunch of CA. Sorry, I said CA. I can't even. CRAP. You know, it is a bunch of just. Oh my god, it's gross. It's gross in my opinion. And now let's look at what people have to say. Obviously, look, Metacritic, of course, another one of those top guys that I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't. Obviously, they take it from other critic reviews. But critics nowadays are just sellouts, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I'm going to say how it is. I know nobody wants to say it. I know people have it in the back of their heads, and people are like, oh, well, some of them were very, actually very good and very that. Yeah, okay. Okay. Keep saying that. You got it. You got it, bro. But at a certain point, when you become a critic, when you become one of the top guys, if you want to keep your offers coming, if you want to keep those games coming early, guess what? You're going to have to say something good. Because if you don't say something good, oh, well, maybe next time they provide a game, they don't give it to you. And now your business is behind. That's crazy, right? That's your money. So what do you have to do? You have to kiss up. Because if you don't kiss up, you won't get the product. It is what it is. Sucks, but it is what it is. Now, let's talk about what people have to say. As you can see, the user score is very bad. Obviously, a lot of people put like 0 out of 0, just to kind of like I said 0 out of 0, like 0 out of 10 or whatever the metrics is here. I don't check this ever. I just check this for now just to kind of give people perspective. But what's it called? Obviously, a lot of people gave it like a 0, just to like put all the reviews down and put everything down. Makes sense. They're outraged. And if you did get this on PS4, it is a 0 out of 10. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, if you got this on PS4, it's still a problem on PS4. We've had 2 hot fixes that have given you a total of 3 extra FPS. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, people are still having problems. People are saying they're actually having more problems now because of the hot fixes, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. You know? Yeah. It's a major mess up. And, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how else to like. I get why people are outraged, and if you don't get why people are outraged, if let me put it like this: if you're enjoying the game, but you also don't get why people are outraged, you're delusional. I'm sorry. There's no other way to explain this to you. You can enjoy this game. I enjoy this game. There's a lot of good parts of this game, but is it a 10 out of 10? No. Is it a 9 out of 10? No. Is it a 7 out of 10? No. Is it a 6 out of 10? No. I would say it's a 5 out of 10. I would say it's between a 3 to a 5 out of 10. And before everyone goes, oh, well, that's a little bit too low, it has all that good stuff. Let me explain something to you. I don't care if they made a very nice looking world with a lot of stuff to collect. If it runs like trash, if it runs like garbage unless you have the top of top PCs, it's not good in my opinion. That's so many points off right there. That's already 3 to 4 points off just because of that. If the performance is that absolute garbage, especially on PS4 and what's called Xbox One, right? That was the previous version, right? I forgot which one we have now, but if it's that trash on those platforms, this game was announced, if I'm not mistaken, before the PS5 and the new generation was actually out. So it was announced for these platforms. So how do you make it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? How do you make it this way if it was announced for? Okay, let me just stop right there. Now, with all the reviewers, let me get to the early copies. So, I said before, and people disagreed with me. I think early copies should stop. What's it called? They should stop giving out early copies. I'm sick and tired. Just stop giving them out. I feel like every single game released now gives out an early copy 2 to 3 weeks before to these reviewers, and that stop giving them out. Just stop giving them out. Make the reviewers from day one play the game how everyone else plays the game and just get it there. Simple as that. And a lot of you, and some people have said, oh, well, you're a little bit smaller YouTuber, so you don't understand this, and that. Bro, when has these reviewers ever been super honest? Yes, there's a couple on YouTube. I get it. But in terms of the overall trend, when has reviewers ever been honest? When has like the early copies actually got you Well, of course they've tricked you to buy the game before. That's happened to everybody. It's happened to me. I've pre-ordered games because the reviewers said this was the best thing in the world, and I still got it. So it does work for them. That I get why they do it financially speaking, but morally speaking, it's garbage. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why not release the game, and then if it's really all that talk, people are going to make reviews from day one of them actually playing the game when everyone else plays the game. Why is it not like that? Why do we live in this space where like there's some people who are chosen to get it before everybody else and then just, pretty much make up lies so they can kiss up so they can get the next game early before everyone else as well? What's the point of that? There's no honesty there. There's barely any honesty there. And when they try to squeeze honesty in there, they got to give it this 100 and like squeeze the honesty like right over here and still word it in a way where it's just like, kiss up. Why? Why are we at what is this, man? Like, this brings me to my last point of the video. And if you are upset with my points in the video, yes, I'm frustrated. There's a lot of people who are frustrated with this game. There's so much drama around this game. At this point, it's unbearable. The save files, the mechanics missing, all the bugs, all the crashes, all that everything. It's like, Jesus Christ. If this was released as early access, I would get it. But you released a fully finished game, in my opinion. The most hyped up game in the world. And this game, like, it's not good. I don't know how else to say it. It's not good. It's not trash. It's not terrible. It's not bad. But it's not good either. It's definitely not great. It's not even close. Yeah, if you played on the best PC ever, and if you got super lucky where all these, game-breaking bugs didn't happen to you, congrats. But if we're looking at statistically speaking, a lot more people got, really effed up because of this, performance issues than actually enjoyed it. And that's a problem, So regardless if you had a good time, statistically speaking, most people who bought it did not. And if that wasn't the case, then guess what? Sony and all the other platforms wouldn't offer an almost guaranteed refund. If it was such a great game, if it was so good, if it was a 10 out of 10, they wouldn't have done it. They didn't do it for worse games that came out this year, in my opinion. But also, this might be worse than all the other games. And I get it. Again, like I said before, I enjoyed the game. But I understand the frustration. I understand the anger. I understand all of that. Because this brings me to my last point that I'm trying to make. So much stuff that was promised. And I understand that development, some stuff gets crossed out. Some stuff gets, you have some ambitious things that you want to put in there. A couple years down the line, you cut it out the system. I get it. But when you cut out almost, I wouldn't say half, but like half of like the major things that are supposed to be in a game like this is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And look. I get everyone has excuses for everything. Oh, well, the investor said this. Well, the developer said this. I'm going to keep it 100% honest with you. You don't know what happened on the inside. I don't care what leaks you have received. I don't care what this you have received. I don't care what you heard here. I don't care what article you saw here. You don't know the full story. I don't know the full story. Don't try to, be this knight in shining armor in front of whatever this is, There's no need. You don't know all the information. I don't know all the information. It's as simple as that. We're just going by stuff that we kind of know, right? But the whole concept of like, oh, it's the investor's fault, and then it's not this fault, it's not their fault. It's not... I get it. Let's put all that beside us because I understand. I get it. The developers had a lot of crunch time. I understand. I get it. But there's too much things that were just not finished at all. I get it if they had some crunch time and some stuff wasn't finished, but there's just too much stuff. It just feels like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I don't even think a year of extra development would have helped this. Like this is some stuff they should have been working on years ago, if that kind of makes sense, right? But let's read into it. So amazing. So this is features that we were told to expect, but weren't in the game. All right, let's read through them, right? Amazing AI that directs enemies during combat/patrol, but also citizens and NPCs' daily life. Amazing AI. This game has. Let me explain this to you. If you play this game for just even a little bit, and you try to interact with the AI, follow them around, do something, this game has the AI of games that were made about 10 years ago. Let's be honest. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. 7 years ago, 7 to 8 years ago. The AI is as basic as it gets. They can only talk to you with a one-liner. They literally do that, like, whenever they disappear all the time. Let's not forget that. It's such basic AI. It's like stuff you see in a test build when the game first comes out without any graphics being implemented, just like, the AI movements and stuff. That's all it has. It's the most basic AI I've ever seen. So on to the next one. A wanted system and corrupt police. There is nothing with the police. Like I said, it looks like a test build. It looks like an absolute test build where the police just spawn out of nowhere, start shooting you, and that's it. There's no complexity, no nothing. They don't chase you. They don't do anything. They don't do anything extra. They just spawn on you and shoot you down, and that is it. Basic. Test build. Let's move on. Immersive police involvement changing with the area where you committed the crime. It doesn't happen. There's some areas where it happens, but you don't really see what actually happened. And like if you try to interact with it, they just attack you on sight, and that's it. There's nothing immersive about it. It's just basic. You step too close to them, they try to kill you. Very immersive. Okay. In general, more interesting combat and hacking. Is the combat interesting? Yes, I like the jumping, I like the sliding, this, and that. But there was a lot of stuff that they revealed in terms of hacking stuff that's not in the game. Look, this one, I'm not going to go too hard on. I like the combat. It's not bad. Whatever. We'll move on, right? But is it all the stuff they promised? No. But okay, that's fine. More interesting gameplay, for example, Trauma Team that plays a key role, frequently flying AVs. As a target the player, point to the merchant that sells the product. None of this is there. None of this is there. Trauma Team plays no role in the game. I'm sorry, it doesn't. You see it sometimes on the street. You approach it, they try to kill you. You know what I mean? It plays no role. There's no role. It's interesting in a way that there's so much stuff that you can do, but it's a lot of filler in my opinion. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Strong RPG elements. And as you can see right here, relevant checks in terms of speech and stuff. I heard a report that 98% of your choices don't affect how the story is played. So 98% of your speech choices don't affect how the story is played. So that's a lie, but it is what it is. NPC unique daily routine and AI. They have no daily routine. You know what? I'm actually going to, because I was thinking of uploading videos of me following AI. I'm going to upload some videos of me following different AI. And I'm going to show you exactly what they do. I'll tell you exactly what they do because I did follow one. I follow a couple. But here's what they do. They walk around a little bit. They stop somewhere. They do a small little activity, as in like a smoke. They sit down, maybe eat something. They keep walking around. They see you because you get a little bit too close. They say, hey, you're new to the city. And then they keep walking. And that's all they do. And if you just close your eyes and turn around for a quick second and then look back, they disappear. There it is. Very unique. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm really just shitting on this game, but like it is what it is. Quest decisions will have relevance in the world. Not really. Not really. Like maybe the main quests have some relevance, but not really. Like the world doesn't seem to change significantly. There's no real big changes because of what happened. It's just like it's a cool thing to say in my opinion. Meaningful day and night cycle. Yeah, there's nothing meaningful about it being night or it being day. Nothing really changes. Oh yes, you can enter some places when it's daytime. Or when it's nighttime. Or wait until it's nighttime to meet with this quest character. Who cares? That's basic stuff. That's nothing crazy. It's not meaningful. Incredible character customization during creation / in-game. Look, I said it on my Discord and I'm going to say it again. You can change how your stuff look. You know what I'm talking about, your stuff. But you can't get a haircut mid through the game? How is there no barber shop? But you can implant stuff into your arm, into your brain, but there's no barber shop? Bro, what? Come on, well, like, what is that, man? I'm just saying, like, what is that? Like, you can't change your haircut ever. Like, what is that? All right, let's keep it going. Use of drones for more than just missions in the game. Yeah, I've never been able to use a drone unless I missed something, unless I missed some of the quests or something. But I've never used a drone for nothing. 3 different life paths that would be actually more impactful. Life paths literally give you some what's it called, blue choices in your speech check. I'm playing on Nomad, so I get some choices sometimes where it gives me like this Nomad answer, but it's never highlighted under yellow, which are the ones that matter. It's always highlighted under blue, which don't matter, which is just filler conversation, so they don't do anything. Amazing. Life paths leading to non-linear quest design. Life paths all lead to one design. It is a funnel. It is a 3-way funnel. You funnel into the same, same thing. Nanoware and Gorilla Arms have a lot of different uses. That's still in the description of the item. They don't really. It's not as crazy as it looked in the, what do you call it? It's in the trailers. It's like, it's alright. I won't go too deep. It's alright. Runs very well on last-gen consoles. What a joke. Joke. It is what it is. It's a joke at this point. The game will launch when it's ready. Another joke. Alright, variety of brand, but this is, I don't know whose fault that is. That could be anybody's. I don't know. But it's definitely a joke. Challenging weather system to pose a threat to your survival. Never happened. Alright. Variety of brain dances, including that just being a few cutscenes. I never got into it. I don't know how extensive this is. I can't comment on this. I never got into the brain dances. I thought they were kind of boring, kind of tedious, and I get that. I get like they're kind of cool. Like, oh, look at you, you're kind of hacking. You're in there. I found it kind of boring, in my opinion. That's just me. At time of writing, I haven't finished the game. However, sources say there are very few options for romances. Yeah, man, what happened, bro? You can customize your junk, but you can't go out there in the streets and just fling it? What's the point? Look, yeah, you know what? Let's talk about it. Because I'm sick and tired of having like 4 different options. You know what I mean? And all of them you have to build like this huge story with this person, go through like all these major events. Bro, I don't know if they've ever experienced real life, but there are people out there, shoot, even me in the past, right now, listen, I'm in a dedicated relationship. I have a child, this is going to be my future wife. I think she's going to be my future wife, you know what I mean? I don't even think, I believe that that's what's going to happen, you know what I mean? But in my past, when I was younger, you know what I mean? Like, you would romance people that you only met for like the first 15, 30 minutes inside of a party or inside of this and that, you know what I mean? Like, bro, if they never experienced real life, why do I have to go through like all these life and death situations just to get some, you know what I mean, some action? It's not realistic. That's not even close. And like he said, there's only like 4 or 5 people that you can do it to. Maybe more. Let's say 6 or 7. And then obviously you have like the boy toys or whatever that are all over the map. But there's only like 4 of them. You're telling me this whole city that has all of these toys like laying around. You know what I'm talking about. There's only 4 people that you can pay to do stuff with. What? What an absolute waste of a concept. Didn't they mention it was supposed to be like this dark and this that? Bro, come on, man. Come on. The game lets you select your body type. I think they did good with this. I think they did good with this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they did pretty good with this. Polished game and smooth experience. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, just a lot of other stuff. Vehicle customization. Jesus Christ. See you later. Transportation system. See you later. Property purchases. See you later. Alright, look, I'm done with this. I gave what it is. Look, I hopefully look. I'm not paid by nobody. I'm not. You know what I mean? I didn't get no free copy either. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm just trying to be honest. Like I said, I enjoy the game, but it is not a good game in my opinion. I think it is at most a 5 out of 10. At most. That's just what it is. If you don't agree with me, if you are a fanboy, if you're this or that, I don't care. I'll say what I have to say when I have to say it. I'm gonna go that way until the time comes to not go that way. That sounded kind of bad. I was trying to like make like a good quote to end the video, but nah, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't really care about all the other stuff. It's got me this far, so it is what it is. I'm gonna keep it going. But yeah, it could have been so much more. It could have been so much more, and it's very disappointing. I get it. The storyline's kind of good, but that doesn't change all the other bad stuff that's with it. And I think performance is literally half important as not half important. How can I say this? I think if your game runs as poorly as this game, then your metrics of how good the game is out of 10 should start at a 6 or a 5 right away, and then go down, based on other stuff. But it should never go above like a 6 if your game runs this terribly. That's just my opinion. Well, yeah, that's gonna do it for me. If you dislike the video, you know what you gotta do. If you like the video, you know what you gotta do. It is what it is. Don't matter. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Ask me any questions, any concerns, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, guys.